Oh, so much, so much to share. Um, Captain's log. Um, so much to share. Okay, so I just finished reading Fourth Ring, Fourth Wing, the ending part for the second time from like chapter 30 to the ending. So I read it one time and then I reread chapter 30 to the ending a second time. Okay. So what happened was I was reading a book late night and I fell asleep around, I don't know, chapter maybe 32 to, yeah, 32, around 33, 34. So I went back to reread that and trying to figure out why she was so upset, what they didn't tell her, because I had woke up around chapter 35 and because she was so upset, she was like, "Y'all didn't tell me." And I'm like, "What, they didn't tell you, girl?" So, but yeah, I kept listening to the book. So now I've reread it. I'm reading it. I'm seeing that what they didn't tell her. I don't know why she's so upset. I don't know why she's so shocked that they didn't tell her, but okay. Cause they've been keeping secrets. I mean, since the book started, they was keeping secrets. So yeah, girl. I was like, okay, girl. I'm trying. I'm listening. Okay, and then so it's all these different terms and magical creatures and magical features. And I'm like, okay, so this is that, and that does that, and that possibly does that, because now they talking about myths, kind of, sort of. I don't think they use the word myths, but technically that's what it is. That's what it's simplified as. I'm simplified it as that, but yeah, you could say that. Yeah, so I'm like, okay. I mean, like the characters are like, what? But that but and then and they were like, yeah, yeah, that could possibly be what's about to go down. And so I'm like, okay, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm listening. I'm okay. So I'm just listening. I ain't hype right there. But yeah, okay. So I had to make sure it was Liam. So when Liam went to go meet his dragon, I didn't want to fly high anymore after that. Um, but yeah, the books was before that. The book was sweeping me up. We taking flight, and but yeah, after Liam went to go meet his dragon, I so um I thought I was gonna start book two right away. However, I'll be reading Fourth Wing again, the graphic audio version, and just FYI, when I saw this book and I saw all the different variations of this book, meaning the graphic audio, you got the the bonus feature. I just already knew I was gonna be reading this book at least 3 times. I'm like, I'm gonna read this book 3 times. So probably 4 times. Get it? Fourth wing. Okay. So I'm probably gonna read it at least some parts because I've already read the ending twice. So that's that. So I don't know if I want to start the second book while I'm reading the graphic audio. I don't know. I kind of skirt. I pump my brakes. Now, this is why I pump my brakes. Is because I was about to jump in, but um I just saw a reaction of I just saw EOM Reacts do a reaction video to Hidden Figures. And while I was perusing the library selections, I saw Hidden Figures and I was like, oh yeah, that is a book. So I I'll be reading that to see if there's any difference or if there's any additional information that the movie didn't display. So I'm reading that instead of jumping into um, the second book. Wow, I'm reading the graphic audio of Fourth Wing. So that'll give me some time to read the graphic audio. I do have part two. I don't have part one just yet. Um, I think that's all right since I've already read the book to go ahead and jump into the graphic audio. I think so far I'm not so far into it to to I don't know to give it a try. I'm trying to ignore the fact that it's part two and say, hey, it's okay that it's part two because I've already read the book and continue on. And then I'll read part one later. The graphic audio, I'll listen to the graphic audio later, part one, when I can get a hold on it. Like I have to get a hold on it. Like it's not for it's not available at the moment. That's why I don't have part one at the moment. So yeah, that's what's going on at the moment. I have like 11 books I'm currently reading. Um, but I'm not reading them every day like I was the other month. Um, at the moment, I've focused on Fourth Wing. I've honed in on the Fourth Wing. Uh, and yeah, enjoying that, enjoying seeing other readers sharing their experience, reading the book. Um, yeah, 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 yeah. Enjoying it. Glad I got to read the bonus chapters. Um, got that graphic audio queued up. Um, in other news, because I'm coming up with ways, I'm brainstorming ways on how to commemorate my reading experience with these beautiful, gorgeous gifts that are called books. Um, um, so that's in the works. That's in the works. I did a um, yeah, maybe I'll get to book journal. Maybe I'll get to book journal or yeah, like a scrapbook. These these things. Maybe I'll get to scrapbook these things. So brainstorming that, and we're chipping at it as like what I can do, um to immerse myself in this reading experience. I really enjoyed myself with these gifts called books. Um and I'm continuing to enjoy myself with these books. Like these they you know, they're they're gifts. So let's see. I kind of should have. Okay, so I haven't come to you with anything written down or any outlines just yet. I did one time. I did one time. No, today is not that time. It's up in the air. It's how do you say off the top of the dome. So let's see. Okay, so I do want to share my Stomp the Yard experience. I finally watched Stomp the Yard and enjoyed the full movie all the way through. And it wasn't until I learned that Chicago is a boy in motion. I was like, Chicago is a boy in motion. So once I found that out, I was all in for Stomp the Yard. I was like, boy in motion. And then before I went and watched Stomp the Yard, I went and looked up Boys in Motion and listened to the song, danced, did all the things. I'm like, why? How come folk come no? How come nobody told me this was a boy in motion? I did not know. I've seen him in uh I didn't know he was. I didn't know he was a boy in motion. I've seen him in different movies. I didn't know he was a boy in motion. So once I found out he was a boy in motion, I was like, how do folks say less? Like we watching Stump the Yard. So watch Stump the Yard. The first part. Oh my goodness. The first part was like gripping. I had to remind myself that Chris is all right. I was like, okay, Chris is okay. He grown now. He because the first part is gripping, and then yeah, I like the historical um overview. I enjoyed the characters that was in the movie. I enjoyed Bishop. I think his name Bishop. I think that's Bishop from the Five Heartbeats. I enjoyed seeing Bishop and Dee Dee. Dee Dee from Half and Half. I like seeing Dee Dee. And uh, I love the quote. I love the quote at the end of the movie. All right. So, because I did watch an interview to learn who Chicago was because I actually looked up if Chris like if anybody like disliked making the movie because I'm like, what's up with me not watching this movie? So that's how I saw an interview of Chicago and learned that he was a boy in motion and learned more about the movie and so I see okay, so he was asked about different other dancing movies and which one was his favorite and things like that. And um I saw Dance Flick. Yeah, Dance Flick. And I I enjoyed the movie Dance Flick, which is a parody of dance movies. So when I was watching Stump the Yard, and I started to watch I don't know what is it called. I don't know. Oh, was it? I don't know. The one with the brothers in it. I started watching that, and I was seeing the parallels of the parody. I was like, oh, okay, this is where this came from. This is where this came from. And then I saw that both of them had similarities, and I was like, well, I don't know where what came from. But then I was looking, I was like, oh wow, like the parody movie didn't have to make nothing up. Like this, all of this is in the movie, in the original movies. And yeah, Steve Harvey is in one of the movies, and the person that's flopping all over their back. That's that's in the original movie. So I was like, oh wow, the parody movie didn't make much up. They had a lot of material to work with. uh, so yeah, I started watching Stomp the Yard Homecoming, and it has some. I think I only recognize one person. I might recognize two. I think one of the men are from Eve. I think that's Eve's boyfriend in the show Eve. I'm not exactly sure if that's him. And then the other boy that or man, I don't know if they were boys or men at the time they was making the show movie. D- D- what's his name? He was on the game. He was med school's boyfriend. So I'm like, oh, okay, he's in this. And I started watching it just so I could, get my stump the yard feel since I watched part one. So I'm trying to watch part two, and I had to stop it a couple of times. I was like it's not the same. Like it don't have that same feeling. They trying, but in Stomp the Yard, the I don't know what he's called. What is he? I think the actor's name is Christopher. His character, if you see him with his shirt off, he has like a big old cross on his chest on one side. Um, I think that's him. He said, "What is this? This is not a music video. This is stepping. This look like a music video." Okay, that line he said right there in the first Stomp the Yard, it really applies. It's prevalent in Stump the Yard Homecoming, because they just in Stump the Yard Homecoming they just throw out stepping, and it's just look like a full blown dancing, just pop locking dropping. So I was like, oh wow, look at this. Like he said it in that movie, but in this movie they're actually doing it. Like they actually like putting dance moves in the routine. So I'm like, wah, wah. They're not even stepping. And then he kind of trying to have conflict with Keith David. He trying to trying to have conflict, but he really need to, he's all in the character. One of the main characters. He's like all in when it comes to stepping. He's volunteering, he's practicing, he's coming up with routines over here in the school part. But then he leaving his uncle hanging for no reason at the restaurant. Like, okay, if you're gonna show up 100%, at school, show up 100% at the restaurant. What's the problem? Like, homecoming is a big deal, duh. So why you think your sorry gon' why you think your sorry gonna mean something? Like what you think your sorry gonna do? Like, it's a big deal. So I just had to stop. I just had to stop watching it. I was just like, ugh, y'all. So yeah, that was my Stumped Yard experience. I did enjoy the first one. Um, trying to finish the second one. Um, was it something else? Like I feel like it was so much. Okay, so with me brainstorming how to commemorate my reading experience, I've been looking up um how how to's how to's videos, and I'm just like I'm looking at these people create, and I'm like, wow, these people have created created how did I say it? I said these people have created creative ways to create. They creating creative ways to create. I'm like, wow. Like, the creating ain't even started yet, but they creating creative ways to create. I'm just like, wow, this is wonderful. So I was enjoying a few DIY uh videos earlier. Um Looking at these creative these people creating creative ways to create. I'm like, amazing. Um and oh, I kind of wanted to elaborate on why my reading slowed down. I did uh hint at it. Like, I really wasn't hiding it. I told y'all. But I kind of covered it up a little bit, but okay, so I listened to my I listened to my books out loud when they not popping off. And so I was reading like about, I don't know how many books. Like, since I slowed down, I ain't counting. Yeah, it's about five. It was at least five, and they all started popping off, and I couldn't listen to them out loud while they were popping off. So I had to wait till I got the chance to, um, yeah, listen to them again. I had to pause it. I had to pause the book, Lord. So they were popping out. Like, all five of the books just got to a point where they was popping. So I was like, alrighty then. I have to wait to. I have to wait. I was might get go ahead and get me some headphones. Cause I was listening to a couple of my books outside, and then on my on a speaker. But yeah, I paused it. I was like, I don't guess I could listen to that right now. Might have to put some headphones on for that part. Uh, so yeah. Other than that, um, I started back listening to another book I had. It's like you gotta get over that part. But yeah, I had to wait till I could listen to it again. But yeah, so I'm reading a book club book, and it kind of had a few things I had to turn down the volume on. But yeah, Yeah, it's a book club book. Sue's book club book. Um, any book clubs that I'm in is in the description box. So yeah, Sue's book club book. Um, I I'm kind of, I don't want to say frustrated, like maybe, well, frustrated in simpler terms. So I'm kind of frustrated with one of these characters in this book. But I asked the book club, like, how where's the line? Like, okay, this is a book, so where do I just do, I don't know what is it called, extend disbelief? I mean, I guess I can. I just wrote a dragon. So I guess I can extend disbelief in this other book. But that's kind of opposite. I was extending belief with the dragons. Okay. um, but with this book club book, this is it's called Reels, and I'm kind of flustered just a bit with um canon. Um, and I think I might say her name wrong. Nina. I don't know if her name is Nina. Um, but I think she wants to rest right now at the point that I'm reading. I don't know exactly, but this is what I'm getting. I'm thinking she needs to rest and relax. She wants to relax. Cannon wants to talk, and I don't know what he will. I do know what he want to do, but I'm like, and she. I think she fit. Okay, just from where I'm reading at this point, in this point right here, my perspective is that she feels obligated to speak to him, even though she wants to relax at least for a few minutes. She already expressed that she wants to take a bath, eat, and go to sleep. She already laid that out, like, boom, this is what I want to do. She already went to sleep in the car on the way to where they were going. So she put it out there. She's sleepy. She want to eat. Uh, yeah, whatever else I said. So they get to the spot. She sleep. He like, we're here, but he didn't say it loud enough, and she didn't hear him, and she stayed asleep, and he didn't wake her up. So when she finally woke up, she was like, "How come you didn't wake me?" I know she just said that, just out of instinct, or just out of, just normality is something to say. Um, but yeah, so they go in the house, and she's like, "Look, I just want to get washed up, eat, and sleep." She was like, "Don't wake me up till," I don't know what she said. She was like, "Don't wake me up till next week," or something like that. Um, so she already said this off rip. So he sees she's tired. He's like, oh, he would carry her up the stairs if he thought she would allow him. but he's not gonna do that. I'm like, at this point, she probably would, but so he let her walk up the stairs, and so um, she trying to figure out how to use the tub, how to turn on the hot water. Um, so he has to go in and try and figure it out himself. He says he only takes showers in there. So I don't know if he's saying that he don't know how to use the tub. So I guess he get the water running. I don't. Yeah. So she sprinkles. He says some powder looking stuff, but I'm guessing it's like Oh well, it might be powder looking stuff. He said white powder looking stuff, but yeah. So, the bath. I guess it could the she get ready to go to take a bath, and he's like, "Can I stay?" And she quiet, and I'm pretty sure this is my perspective now. She already said she was tired. She want to take a bath. She want to eat. She want to go to sleep. He told my son, can he stay? He already done told us the bath tub big enough for the both of them if that's what she wants and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, sir. No, no. She wants to take a bath. She wants to relax. So he like, can he stay? And then she quiet. She don't say nothing right off rip. So he turned and basically like, okay, I'll leave, and start walking off. And then she says something. Then she says like, you can stay. And then he started talking to her. I think he started asking a question because I'm kind of this just about at the part where I stopped reading. So he started asking her questions, and then he knows she don't want to talk right now. Um, because he tells us that, but he's asking her a question because he wants to know and this, that, and third. I'm like, sir, you are a handsome stress right now. Like, she wants to relax, woosah, like he already know her job has been stressful and causing flare-ups and things like that. And he like asking her something like, I don't know, like, do I cause you stress? Yes, sir. Yes, you are a handsome stress right now. Like, yes, you are a stress. So that's where I stopped it at. And I just, uh, he, uh, like she was already working, and then here he come pulling out her hair and creating a stressful situation. Like, first he was like, oh no, we're gonna keep it like this, and then he flipped it because he didn't have any self-control. Oh, okay. This is what he asked her. He asked her, has she been avoiding him? That's what he asked. And she did say that she had been avoiding him, and she gave her reasons as to why she was avoiding him due to the situation. I mean, she has to eliminate stress. That whole what he had brought to her was stressful. What he brought to her, and what she took on and what he presented and what they created together was stress. So she eliminated uh at least some of it by avoiding him after she had the flare up. Um so yeah, cuz I'm over here, I'm like, think about your health. I'm like, she working, and then on top of that she had that stressful situation with him, and then her health situation had elevated, and she was just like, oh no, it's okay, it's all right, I'll check it out later, I'll check it out when the movie's finished and wrapped up. And then I'm like, girl, you uh, uh, what, what, eh, eh. I mean, that's like, that's your health. That's your health. Like, uh, say what now? Like, what? So, like, she had her health in the forefront before she started this role. She was on top of it. She had a hairstylist um, to come with her specifically, and then she got this role, and then this situation, and then her health. She just so now she's uh in a critical uh, in a critical situation right now with her health due to the due to her stress levels. So I actually had to stop reading the book because I kind of got flustered because she was ignoring her health level signs, and and putting off getting or um, okay, so her health levels were peaking, and she was putting it off. But when she finally checked on it, her health levels were so high that uh, basically she had to be on bed rest. They were talking about immediate surgery. So that's why I was flustered. I was like, no. I was just like, uh, like the situation was stressing her. So yeah, I had to sit the book down. I was able to pick it back up after I was like, the situation is over with now. I'm reading about it. Like it ain't like, I can, you know, help her. Like, the situation has occurred and now I'm reading about it. So after I settled my nerves, I continued reading. And that's where I'm at the moment. Let's see. So that's reels. Um, Fourth Wing. Um, I'm reading also. So this year I'm reading a lot of recommendations. Um, um, I'm reading a couple of comic books. I will be reading at least one graphic novel. I haven't started it yet. I'm trying to read all the formats. So I'll be reading a graphic novel. I don't even know what that looks like right now. But I am enjoying the comic book that I'm reading. It's called Dr. Voodoo. And oh, it's not that's not the whole title. That's the character. Um, but I haven't looked at that book in so many days. I don't even know the name of the book at the moment, the comic. But it's like I saw it in passing and then I started reading it. Um, I also picked up and started reading Dog Man, and I'm enjoying Dog Man. I'm glad I picked it up. I didn't know where it came from, and I'm glad to see that it is. I am familiar with the other character mentioned in there, and I I lit up like a Christmas tree when I saw that it was something familiar to me. I was like, oh, okay, I know that character. Okay. And uh so I'm enjoying Dogman character. I mean Dogman comic book and the Dr. Voodoo. It's something like Dr. Voodoo and something about it mentions the Avengers. Something like that. That story has been cool as well. Um, um, the story and the concepts. It's about like um him getting over what his his own thought process and um him and his brother's been helping him and he's realizing what he's thought has worked against him. So now, um, that's basically where it is. Like the comic is drawn out. So he didn't know what was going on. He thought one thing was a, another thing, and it wasn't. So he's been trying to figure it out. He's been placed in this position of power, and he's doing his best and to be responsible with it. He's also trying to figure it out. And all the while, he doesn't have time to figure it out. He's on his feet. He's dealing with the situation that's unfolding rapidly, and it's really like it really lifing. This comic book is lifing. Um, Something happened to him in a young at a young age, and he's been living with it. He's been doing what he thinks was best, um, and figuring that out, and it hasn't worked, and he knows it hasn't worked. So he's still trying to figure out what will work, and he thinks he's doing the right thing, and so he's coming to grips with that, and um, trying to help other people. He's a doctor in in the in on Earth. On Earth, he's a doctor at a community hospital, and yeah, so he's trying to help his patients. He needs to some I think some money has run out, so um, they have bills and um, money coming to an end. So that's on the table. The community hospital where he works is going to be closing soon if something doesn't work out. Um, so yeah, he's trying to help people. Situations are happening. He's trying to help himself figure out things, and with all this power that he's been given, and then um, the villains and things are villain. They like um well, I don't, is his name Mr. Nightmare or something like that? He was like, I chose you because your um thoughts have been feeding the nightmare. This is all my plan. You've been a you've been a pawn in my plan, and I've been feeding. You've been you've been feeding us, and I've been feeding off of your nightmares and all this and all. Like, oh my goodness. He was like, yes, it's no coincidence that you are the supreme, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this is some cool, this is a cool comic. So, yeah, him and his brother knows a bit more. His brother is on the spiritual plane, uh, while Dr. Voodoo is on the living plane. I don't know. But they both can visit different di- di- realms. Uh, yeah, yeah, they both can. I don't know why I want to say different dimensions. But they both can visit different realms. Like his brother kind of be going in and out a little bit, but yeah. So his brother is like, "Come on, you have to see that your thinking is the cause of this curse, and you have to not fear it. You have to face it." So he's coming to grips with that, and his brother is telling him like um really helping him to face what he's been running away from all these years, thinking that he was helping his family because he thought if he stayed with his family, that he would harm his family, like harm would come to him. So he thought that he needed to run away, that he needed to move away and be away from them. But stuff had happened to them anyway, and he wasn't even there. So he was trying to come to grips with that. So yeah, his brother was like, yeah, it ain't even you, it's your thoughts about what happened. So yeah, I'm liking that. And they need help because um, some they went. I'm trying to see where they went. They went somewhere and they was asking for the Orisha's help, and they asked for the low owl's help. They didn't want to though because the low owls was unpredictable, unpredictable, and but he had to open the gates. Everybody was saying, "Don't open the gate, don't open the gate." But like he was like, "But there's no choice." They had to reopen the gate, and then now everybody's like, "Why you open the gate?" And then he was like, "I ain't had no choice but to open the gate. I needed help." Like boo boo boo. So, but everybody mad at him for opening the gates. But he was like, he ain't see no way, other way but to open the gate. So, he's opened the gate, and now he talking to I think she's an Arisha, and she's mad at him because he done opened the gate, and she like, they can't help you. She was like, the Loa can't help you, and ain't nobody here. They all went somewhere else because they trying to avoid what's coming. So they all like done went for cover. So he like, well, who can help me? So like the Avengers, they've been mentioned like twice so far, few and far between, but twice that I've counted. So they were like, "You think the Avengers will help?" And he was like, "I don't know. You know, I don't know if they'll help. I mean, I don't know." So they going back and forth, and as to who they can call to help, and so yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with that. Like his brother was able to utilize one of the princes of hell's body. So that was that was a cool part. Like it was a prince of hell, and he was like, he called his brother. He was like Jericho, and then he was like, yeah, I can use this body for so and so such a time, but something something. So yeah, that was cool. And it's cool his brother is helping him from beyond the grave and helping him come to grips with what he's been running away from, and he has to face it in order to be the supreme healer, and also turn this thing around that Mr. Nightmare has circulated. So yeah, that's a cool comic book there. And it's a Marvel comic book, I think. I think it's a Marvel comic book. Um okay, so what Dogman, Dr. Voodoo, um I usually know all the books that I'm reading, but since I slowed down on reading them, I don't know all of them at the moment. I used to have them on the top of my head with the other set of books that I was reading. Oh, Black Matter. Black Matter. Um, I'm at the part where he's getting out the car. Lord have mercy. Oh my goodness. um. So yeah, he getting out the car. Um. Okay, so Dogman, Dr. Voodoo, Black Matter. Um. Oh. Um. My Valentine. What is it called? My Valentine. Uh, I'm reading a Valentine's book. Yeah, I'm reading a Valentine's book. I shared it on my medias. Um, Valentine's book. What else? Valentine's book I thought I would be finished with by now. However, it's deeper. It's deep. It's deep. It's deep, deep, deep. I mean, for me it was or is. Um, let's see. Um, Valentine's. I don't know. It's another one book I'm reading that I was reading like a few months ago. I'm still reading that one. Oh, it's all coming back to me now. Um, but I don't know the title of it. I'm reading something about like an island, a beach house, a beach home. I'm reading a beach home book and um Lost and Lassoed and one more. Lost and Lassoed, beach home. Oh, and something like a Cowboy's Christmas or something like that. Cowboy's Christmas. I started that in December. So that's about all of the books I'm reading at the moment. Really kind of have paused a little bit because I've been enjoying Fourth Wing and I'm trying to jump into the second book of Fourth Wing. I'm actually enjoying reading it over and over. Like I'll be reading the graphic audio. I'll be listening to the graphic audio soon. I've already started on it. Um, I think the graphic audio will be um, like a cool listen to, like getting cozy in your book nook with your blankets and your pillows. Get very comfy. Get your hot cocoa if you need to warm up because it's unless you want to feel the cold, unless you want to feel the frigid air, then you don't need those things. I was feeling the frigid air and I was like, I need to reach for me a heated blanket and some cocoa because it's cold. Um so yeah, I think the graphic novel would be enjoyed in a comfy reading nook. Um, that's just how I felt. I kind of felt like I was balled up. I'm like, oh my goodness, while y'all out there, I feel privileged to be somewhere where I could be balled up at because they out there in the frigid winds. I'm like, mm-mm. Okay, y'all do the dang thing because I'm gonna try and get try and keep warm while I'm listening to you guys on this excursion. So yeah, I do like that Fourth Wing went through different months and different seasons. Um, at the part that I'm at right now, the season is winter. I was like, okay, look at us. We in winter. We in winter, and I'm reading a book in winter. Yeah, so I'm enjoying that. Uh, and seeing all the book um book journaling and book scrapping book. I'm enjoying the beauty of it all and the paintings. Someone showed me a painting that they came across that has some colors in it that I enjoy seeing. So I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can bring those colors all into the reading experience of and creating the memories of the enjoyment of this rip roaring read. Any books you would like to enjoy can be purchased via the bookshop code available on screen. Whatever is not on the shelves in the bookstore can be located via search bar in the bookshop. All the books mentioned here can be purchased via the bookshop, courtesy of QR code on your screen. This bookshop is comprised of several local bookshops. All purchases go towards helping a local bookshop via your online purchase. Like, what? That's so cool. In addition to the books available in the bookshop. There are numerous of other items available in the bookshop. There are toys, nostalgia items, novelty items, crafting sets, all available via the bookshop. Bookshop.org. Conveniently on your screen. Thank you for your support. Thumbs up, subscribe. TTFN.